This is July 15th. This is take one. Okay, we ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. Okay, let's do it again to see if we're looking. Come on, Julia, you ready? 1, 2, 3. You ready? Look at the camera.
Look at the camera.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. Okay, that's all. Okay.
Not much, is it?
Well, that's all we want from us. Okay. Hi, Mom and Dad. It's me, Marty, number 2. I just wanted to say happy anniversary. And I was realizing that you've been married for 60 years, and 53 of them I've shared with you. So that's a long time. I wrote down.
Say that again. Without
No, you got to start all over. Honey, you can't say a word.
You know what? Somebody should take her inside.
Yeah, come on.
Come
on, we got to go inside.
Maybe Papa gets you something to eat.
We'll sit on your side of the door and watch Mimi. Come on.
Come on.
We'll make fun of her. Come on.
Okay,
we'll
start
make
it over.
faces at her.
Well, just keep going, because I'm splicing this anyway.
Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. It's me, Marty, number 2. I always crack up when you call me number 2 when I talk to you on the phone. But anyway, I was realizing that 60 years married, and I've shared 53 of them with you. That's a big chunk of your married life has been with me. And I wanted to read this because I wanted to make sure I said everything that was in my heart. I've always felt special. I've always felt safe and happy when I'm with both of you. My life at home as a child was a solid base of self-worth that I have been able to use in my family life and my work as a teacher. There's nothing that can replace the love that both of you continue to give me. Some of my favorite memories, just a couple because I'd have 53 years worth, were ice skating with Dad on Sundays, getting away just with Dad. We girls felt special, and we were always proud of Dad. We could always find him because he wore his hat skating around on the ice skating rink. And I remember the salted peanuts that he bought us every Sunday. I loved going to the spa with Mom when Brian was a little boy. We left him behind with Rose. We went out to lunch and then we went shopping. I loved going out to dinner as a kid on Saturday nights to Schuler's Wigwam, getting the little Wigwam menu. And then we got to throw pennies in the fountain and got a handful of mints after dinner. I loved all the pool parties and the grill outs and all of the cool fun when the kids, and all of the pool dramas, when the kids vandalized the swimming pool, and all we had and all the fun we had thanks to Dad's work around the swimming pool. When I was teaching at Macaulay and the kids were sick, I'd take them to see Mom and Dad, and they would love it. Mom always had a smile on her face and a casserole for dinner when I picked them up. The weddings and the parties and the special occasions were exciting, but most of all, it was the day-to-day sharing of our lives that made our family so much. You guys splice that out. Do that again.
Just keep going.
The weddings and the parties and the special occasions were exciting, but most of all, it's the day-to-day sharing of our lives that has made our family so wonderful. Mom and Dad, you've been the greatest role models for us kids, and now our grandchildren, and even our great-grandchildren. And a lot of love and a lot of life of dedication to our family. What is a greater gift? I can't believe I got so emotional. Okay. I guess
Grandma
is it
and Grandpa,
on?
Yeah.
Okay, say it again.
Hi, Grandma and Grandpa. It's me, Lizzie. I'm just so happy that you two are still together. It brings me a lot of hope and joy to see that two people still love each other after 60 years of marriage. You can still see it in your eyes when you look at each other. It's just so wonderful. Well, Grandma, what I remember about you is always going over to your house. It was always the same house, and it was great because it felt like home. You never moved, you never went anywhere. You did a little remodeling, but it looks good. But I remember always as a kid going over to your house, swimming at your swimming pool, and having so much fun. You would come down and visit, how we loved it. Another thing is, I remember when you used to babysit us, you would have PJ, Laura, and I go out into your flower beds on the back porch and also in the front walkway and pull out your weeds. We would be out there for hours, and we loved it. I remember how much we loved it. It's so funny. Another thing I remember is, I don't want to say that. Grandpa, I don't remember any specific thing, but things that you have taught me are that education is very important. I struggled through education, but I thought, man, if my grandfather can go back when he's around 70 years old and go to college, I can. Doesn't matter how old, how young, how rich, how poor, but education is a gift that nobody can take away, and that's what I got from you. So I just want to say how much you two both mean to me, and I'm really proud of both of you. So I love you both. Bye-bye.
Oh, that was perfect, Liz.
John,
Hi, Papa John.
say I love you.
I love you.
Do you remember when Mimi held you the first time? Mimi Jane held you the first time?
Well,
It was at her house when you were a little girl. And how much Mimi Jane just loved it. She loved holding you. We saw the picture of you two.
yes.
Yeah, and she has a pink shirt on, and you're just so little girl.
A little girl.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and you remember giving Papa John fives?
Yes.
Give him high fives, go slap. Is that what you do to Papa John to say hi and bye?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Cassie's at home.
And Kelly says he's home, yeah. Okay, can you say bye-bye, me, Papa John?
Bye, Papa John.
Bye, Mimi Jane.
Bye, me. Say.
Hi, Mom and Dad. It's me, Marty, of course, number 2. And I just want to say happy 60th anniversary. When I was thinking of the fact that you two have been together for 60 years, I realized that 53 of them almost have been with me. That's a big chunk of your married life with number 2. I think that you two are the greatest role models a girl could ever have. And I've always felt safe and loved with you. And that is the greatest gift that any mom and dad could give to their child. I still feel that way. Some of the things that I remember are, first of all, remember as a kid going to Schuler's Wigwam with you and Dad. I used to look forward to it, and I loved our little teepee menus. I loved throwing the pennies in the fountain and getting the after dinner mints in our pockets. We had a great time as a family, and I think that was really even before Jeannie came along. I remember too when I was in early grade school, Dad would take us away from Mom on Sunday afternoons, and we'd go ice skating at the Cincinnati Gardens. And we would ice skate all around the rink, and we always knew where Dad was because he had his hat on, and we used to think that was so funny. And I remember sitting on the stands getting salted peanuts when we took our ice skates off. Those were really great times. I remember when I was early married, and Mom and Dad always had our pool parties, and we'd bring the kids with Grandma Ludwig, and those were really great family times together. I was so proud to be in the family. I remember all the pool dramas that we had when kids threw everything in the pool, and Dad was calling the police, and it was just, those were exciting and funny and sad times, but we always were together. I remember when I taught at Macaulay and Mom would watch the kids, and I'd bring Lizzie or Laura or Brian over, and they'd lay on the couch, and when I came back after school, instead of being haggard, Mom had a smile on her face, and she had a casserole in her hand for us. Let's see. Remember the time when we moved in, and we had to move in with you for 2 weeks, and you and Dad were so great, Mom, watching the kids and helping us out, and never acted like that was a big deal. I remember all the times when we brought our babies over, and you would help us out and brave about things. It just was a life of feeling really special. Even though I was one of 4, I always felt like I was the favorite, and I know that wasn't true, but I always did. Now with my own grandchildren, I think I hope and pray that I'll be the grandmother that you two were to my kids, and I hope to God I'm the mom that you were to me and the rest of us girls. It was great. It has been great. It is great, and we think you're great. And as far as I'm concerned, you're just the greatest. I love you, Mom and Dad. Happy anniversary.
Hi, Kelly Sissy.
Hi, Kelly Sissy. Hi, Papa John.
Hi, Papa John.
Say, I'm the only red-headed grandchild you'll probably ever have. Yes. Yes. Say thanks for making me special. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Grandma, you always were sympathetic towards me, and I felt like you were my biggest ally. I remember two of your great sayings. One was, you can be neither too rich nor too thin. When I was so thin when I was younger, you always stuck up for me. Another one is, life can change in an hour. I love that one. Excuse me, I am saying something to Mimi Jane.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, come on over here by Mom, by Grammy. Okay, let's start it here.
It always gave me great pleasure to know that Grandma Jane understood where I was coming from. I felt like she was my guardian angel here on earth, because she or you always understood how I felt, and I was like, oh, she'll be fine, and oh, she's always so tired, that's okay, I understand. And it was great to have somebody as an ally like that. So just want to say I love you again, Grandma.
Mom and Pop, this is Bob. I wanted to wish you a happy 60th anniversary. I think that's fantastic. That's quite an achievement. I'm 55 years old, and it seems like I've been here for almost forever, and you've been married even longer than that. I think the fact that you've stayed married is a tribute to both your character and your beliefs, and I congratulate you on that. I remember the first time I met you, Mama. It was Saturday Memorial Weekend in 1965. I had a date with Margaret, and I picked her up at the house, and you answered the door, and you were nice to me then, and you've been nice to me ever since. And I just want you to know how I appreciate it. Turn it off. It ain't gonna go with her laughing and get with the splice. Mom, I remember the first time I met you. It was Saturday of Memorial Day weekend in 1965. I had a date with Margaret, and I picked her up at the front door, and I came to the front door, and you greeted me there. You were nice to me then, and you've been nice to me ever since. Hi, Mama and Pop. This is Bob. Just in case you can't recognize me. I wanted to congratulate you on your 60th anniversary. That's really quite an achievement. 60 years is a long time. I'm 55 years old, and it seems like I've been here almost forever. And you've been married even longer than that. I think that's a great feat, and I think it's a reflection on both your character and your beliefs in life. And I just want to tell you how great I think that is. Mom, I remember the first time I met you. I had a date with Margaret, and I picked her up. It was a Saturday, Memorial Day weekend in 1965. And I rang the doorbell, you answered, and you were nice to me that day, and you've been nice to me ever since. I wanted to let you know how much I appreciate that. And over the years, you've done a lot of things that have been special to me. When we first started dating, I remember our Saturday night dinners with the T-bones that I'd grill out alongside the house. But most particularly, I remembered, Mama, the very first from scratch cake. And they've been a delight in my life ever since. Margie carried on a tradition, and it's been great. You've done a lot of other things, and again, you've always been nice to me, and I want you to know sometimes I didn't always deserve it, but I appreciate it. And Pop, I remember when we were in business together, and those years were very special to me because I got to spend time with you and really get to know you. And if I hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't have been as close or really known who you are. And I want you to know there isn't anybody that I've ever met in my life that I know or respect any more than I do you. I think you're a man of high character. You always do what's right, and you always look out for other people. Although I do have some funny stories to tell about you. I remember I was first in the shoe business, and this older gentleman came in to buy a pair of shoes, and he tried to explain to me what he wanted. And being new, I didn't have a clue what he was looking for. I called you over, and he explained it to you. You looked him right in the eye, and you said, well, people who wear that shoe have been dead for 10 years. That was one of the classics. That's still talked about when I get together with Guy, and because he heard it too. The other thing is we used to go to a lot of the shoe shows together, and I remember riding with you, and in those days you used to stop for the green lights and go through the red ones, which somehow we survived. But the funniest story, maybe you had to be there for it to be real funny, but we pulled into a gas station in Columbus, and this is the old days when people came out and actually filled your tank for you or put gas in. And the guy came out, you rolled down the window, and he said to you, "How much gas do you want?" Pop says, "Fill it up." Almost. How's he supposed to? Oh, I mean, that was funny. That was good. But do you want to cut it? I forgot where I am now. No, it's up. Again, I want to congratulate you on your 60th anniversary. That's just a super achievement. And I also want to thank you for letting me be a part of those 60 years for the last 35, and being in your family and being able to share a lot of those good experiences and times and things we did together. And I hope there are many more to come. So let's go party. There you go.
Hi Grandma and Grandpa, it's Larzie. Just wanted to say happy anniversary. And the two memories that I have of both of you, Grandma is when I was really little and my mom used to teach at Macaulay. I remember when I was sick, I'd spend the days at your house, and instead of thinking about how sick I was, you used to paint my toenails and paint my fingernails and let me play in your jewelry, because even back then you knew how much fashion made me feel better. So that's my strongest memory right now. And as far as Grandpa, what comes to mind is about 2 or 3 Christmases ago, I bought these pair of shoes that once again succumbed to fashion and did not fit very well at all. And when I walked in, you noticed right away that my feet were sliding out of them. You made me take my shoes off immediately, and you went to the basement, and for about a half hour you fixed my shoes so that way they fit perfectly from that point on. So those are the two memories that I have, and I just want to say thank you to both of you for all of your love that you've given me, you know, all my life, and I wish you both the best anniversary. Happy anniversary. Very nice.
I'll do it too.
Is that long enough?
Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. 3. Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. Take 1. Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. You two are the best. What can I say? Grandma, one thing that I really admire about you is your sense of humor, and how you're always looking on the bright side of things. And even when you're not feeling well, or your leg's acting up, or something's wrong, you always keep a good spirit to you. There's always something very positive, and I really admire that, how you always seem to carry yourself that way. Just to give you an example of how Grandma does this at every family event, at least it seems. A couple years ago she came over and she wasn't feeling well. I think her leg was bothering her. And I went up to her and said, "Well, Grandma, how's your leg doing? I hear it's been bothering you." And she looked at me and she said, "Viney, the doctors haven't cut it off yet." That's it. Grandma and Grandpa. Grandma, one thing about you that I extremely admire. Stop that. Grandpa. Grandma, one thing that I really admire about you is your sense of humor, and how no matter what's going on with you, that you're always in a good mood and you're always upbeat, and you have just a great positive spirit to you at all times. And just to give you an example about how Grandma carries herself like this continually, is a couple years ago she came over for a family event and her leg was bothering her, and I went up to her and I said, "Grandma, how's your leg doing?" She said, "Well, Viney, the doctors haven't cut it off yet." Say one thing about Grandpa John here. Grandpa hasn't changed over the years. He looks the same ever since I can remember. The guys look the same. I went back and I was looking at a photo album the other day of him holding me when I was an infant. He looked the same. The only thing was different was the glasses he was wearing. And I sat down and I took a long, hard look at Grandpa's life and the things that he's done. And a little bit of it's genetic probably. A little bit of it is some luck. But I think there's one ingredient here that we're missing, that people really don't understand. I think I have it figured out. I think it's the Ludwig Special. There's some special ingredient in the Ludwig Special. So now I'm going to implement a couple Ludwig Specials into my menu every week. It's delicious. I feel 10 years younger already.
Hi, it's Beth. I just wanted to say congratulations to you guys. 60 years is a really long time, and I'm really proud of you guys. That shows a lot of love for each other, and I'm really excited for that. Stop, I want to do it over. Don't like that. Hi, it's Beth. I just want to say congratulations to you guys for 60 wonderful years that you've spent together. Even though I've only known you guys for a year or two, I really enjoyed getting to know you guys and can see the way that you guys love each other and the fun that you've had over the past 60 years. Memorable moment I have is probably our secret lunches that we have with Grandma Jane. From time to time, Brian and I will come over and meet at Grandma Jane's for lunch. And Brian will stop on the way and pick up White Castles. Those are really great lunches, and I have a lot of fun doing that, and I hope we have many more in the future. But sorry, Grandma Jane, your secret's out. It's White Castles at your house around noon. Okay, let's off again. For you too, and I'm really happy for myself also, because I realize what great role models Brian's had his life, and I'm really excited about getting married to Brian this year, and only hope that we can and will stay married for 60 years. That's wonderful, and I love the example that you set for him, and he's had all the perfect role models to live a perfect life. Thanks.
60th anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. One thing about Grandpa that I like is how he took us in Grandma Rosie's house every night. And when I read about Grandma's house, she always had those pizza parties about every Thursday night.
Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. What I remember about Grandpa is how he used to always pretend he was Dal, and he would always try to tag us. And I remember that we used to always go to pizza parties with Grandma, and it was fun to talk to Grandma.
Happy 60th anniversary,
Mom
John
and
and
Dad.
Jane.
Okay, one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy 60th anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa.
Jane, this is Mike, your son-in-law. Happy 60th anniversary. I've been trying to think of what memories I have of you that I'd like to share in this video. And there's really not just one memory, I guess, it's a series of them. For you, John, the memories that are best or most key in my mind are the times that we played golf. And I remember when I was just learning the game, I'd go out with you and Linda, and you would teach me what you knew of golf. You complained about the course, you complained about how high the rough was and everything else. And I really felt great just being around you. I felt like I learned a lot about golf, but I learned a lot about you as a person, and I just really appreciated the time that you spent with me. So the golf times were the best times for me. For you, Jane, the times that I remember the most were the times at family dinners where you would have just about the most perfect timing, the timing that a comedian would have in delivering some of your famous lines. And most people will tell you that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you would have a way of saying things at the perfect time that would just crack everybody up. And the most famous line that always sticks in my mind is after people would complain about something that happened to them during the day or during work or whatever, and they'd go on and on about their complaints, you'd wait a few minutes or a few seconds and you'd say, well, why live? You're just going to die anyway. And I can't tell you how many times in the middle of the week I've kind of broken up laughing just thinking about you saying that the previous weekend or even a couple of weeks before. So you have the timing of a comedian. So thanks to you both. I look forward to you giving me a lot more memories like this in the years ahead.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Because I'm just like you, I don't like all this mushy stuff, so this is going to be really, really short. Right now, I don't look so hot here on the... Hi, Mom and Dad. Because I'm just like both of you, I don't like all this mushy stuff, so this is going to be really, really short. Right now, I don't look so hot here on the tape because I just came off the golf course after a second round club championship, which was the round from hell for the second time. It rained, we were out there 7 hours in the heat, and I had another terrible day. But anyway, speaking of that, it reminds me of why I'm so lucky that you're my mom and dad. When I was out at the club championship today, I was talking to this girl, Janie Wurzelbacher, a little 18-year-old girl playing in the tournament for the first time. She told me, and she was very serious about this, that when she told her dad what she had shot the day before, that he yelled at her. And that reminded me immediately of how opposite experience and how opposite your reaction would be to the same thing. Hi Mom and Dad, because I'm just like you, you know I don't like this mushy stuff, so this is going to be very, very short. Right now I don't look so great on tape because I just came off the golf course after a second round from hell in the club championship. And speaking of that, though, it reminds me why I'm so lucky that you're my mom and dad. When I was at the club championship today, I talked to this little 18-year-old girl who was playing in the club championship for her first time, and she told me in all seriousness that when she told her dad what she had the first day, he yelled at her. And I thought how opposite your reaction would be to that same news. Whether it was grades or golf or anything we tried to do, you always told us that as long as we did our best and acted like ladies, then we were winners. And so instead of feeling defeated or quitting, it just made us want to do better and try harder. And that's something that I'll never forget, and I think that that's why we've all turned out the way we have, is because of that attitude. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. The last thing is a classic mom line that I think needs to be repeated and remembered. I remember when I used to gripe about making my bed, saying, well, why should I make my bed when I'm just going to mess it up again anyway? And Mom's line was, well, then why live? You're just going to die anyway. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
Hi, Mom. Happy 60th.
Hi.
Mom, I loved it when you came home from Bartell's with all our clothes. Mom, you remember when I asked you to hide my Easter basket in a real hard place? Mom, you always had a great hot supper ready for me when I was starving and looking forward to it all day. Mom, I'll always remember eating our barbecue sandwiches and milkshakes in the car at Putz's.
What are you doing?
And especially, do you remember our laughing spells with Mary Lou at the dinner table? Hi, Dad. This is about you. Do you remember catching my ball when I shanked it toward the ocean at Cypress Point? How about hiding in your car in the parking lot at Hyde Park the day I won the city? What about taking me to Rothenburg and picking me up when I was too sick and nervous to drive myself? Mom and Dad, you are always my strength when I am weak. And that you could be together for 60 years is perfect success in life. There's no other more success than staying together for that long.
What you want to say? Say hi, Mimi Jane.
I want to say kisses.
You want to say Kelly?
Okay.
Okay.
Say hi, Kelly Sissy.
Hi,
Say hi, Mimi Jane. Say hi, Papa John. Say I love you.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hi, Gran. You're the greatest. I couldn't have made it without you. And now we gotta start over with. I can't do this.
You're funny. So what did you say, and
Come on, keep going.
No, but I have to. Okay. Hi, Gran. You're the greatest. I couldn't have made it without you. You always put me in a good mood when I come over. But here are some special things that I remember about me and you. How when I was real little, we used to go around the house and do Wee Willie Winky. How you always used to make me grilled cheese and milkshakes. And how we used to spend every Saturday and Sunday afternoon walking around that field and swinging together. And how you used to grab my foot and Oh, this is the best. When we used to do vision meters, and then you would lick your finger, so then I would think I should lick my finger, even though I didn't know why I was licking my finger. And, oh, there's one more. Hold on. Oh, when you take care of me when I had pneumonia, and picking up Helen in the Titanic. So thanks for everything. You're the greatest. And Grandpa, the thing I remember about you most is that me and you think alike, and you always say we're soulmates. And so thank you for always cutting out the articles in the paper. Anything about science or religion, you always keep me in check. So thanks for always being there for me. And ever since I was real little, you were always the one that did my homework with me and took me to school. So thank you. Happy anniversary.
Happy 60th anniversary, Mom and Dad. Happy 60th anniversary, Mom and Dad. That's good enough.
Hi Gran, hi Gramp. This is Lizzie. Just wishing you a happy 60th wedding anniversary. So proud of you two. Makes my heart just come up to my throat because I just am so happy for you two. Two are great role models for me. Gran, what I remember about you the most is when we were kids, PJ, Laura, and I, we would come over to your house and we would pull weeds out of your garden, and we thought that was the best thing to do. And I just crack up because pulling weeds is not a thrill, but for us kids it was. Painting toenails and fingernails. When I was sick and Mom worked at Macaulay, you would take care of me, and you would always have Pringles for me. And then when I was in high school, you used to fatten me up by chocolate milkshakes, and it worked, so it's great. Another thing too I remember is your sayings, Graham. You always have the best sayings, and they cut to the heart of it, and they're true to life. One is, life will change in an hour. Saying don't take your problems so seriously because it could all be gone in an hour. Your problems situation could change. So as always, look on the bright side of things. Another saying is, let's see. You can never be too rich nor too thin. You always stuck up for me when I was in high school because I was so thin, it was unbelievable. I tried everything like your chocolate milkshakes, and you always said, hey, you can never be too rich nor too thin. Blech. Hi Gran, hi Gramp. It's me, Lizzie. Happy 60th wedding anniversary. So happy for you too. It's wonderful to see you guys full of love for each other still. When you look in each other's eyes, I can see it's wonderful. Well, Gran, what I remember about you are your three most famous sayings that you say to me. One is, what's your immediate problem? It's always just putting things into perspective is what I like about you. What's your immediate problem? Worry about what is now, not what's tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. It's now. Another one is, life can change in an hour. To me, that's just, it's wonderful. It says everything. Don't take life so seriously, because it can all change in an hour. We could die. Or even problems. Problems can change in an hour. You figure them out, or other things can happen. One saying that you told me, the first thing that I ever heard from you was when I was in high school. You said, Liz, you can't be too rich nor too thin. Because I was so thin back then, people thought I was anorexic, which I wasn't, because I ate like a horse, but... So, you said, hey, it's okay, Liz. I accept you for you, which was wonderful. A couple things I remember about you, Gran, is when Laura, PJ, and I were little, we would come over to your house and you would make us go pull weeds from your garden, from your flower beds out back. And we thought that was the best thing. It's funny how kids think things are fun. Another thing is on Saturday mornings when my mom and Linda would go and help with Grandma Rose, or PJ and I would come over to your house and we would either sit in the basement and watch cartoons, or we would actually clean your house. And that was so much fun because it was spending time with you, which was precious to me. So another thing is I enjoy my lunches with you. It's just you sitting there listening and taking it all in, but you always know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it, which is great. So I just want to thank you for all your love that you've given me and such. Grandpa, there's really not a specific incident that I remember about you. It's mostly about your goals and your priorities in life. One is education is so important, and I do believe that. You've taught me that. Because no matter how rich, how poor, how old, how young, you always got your education. Nobody can take that away. And I did it. I'm the only Kupfer in the family who's gotten her master's except for Mommy. So you've taught me education is very important, and I really appreciate that. So just want to say I love you both. Happy 60th wedding anniversary.
All right, Jay. Have a drum roll.
Great intro.
Have you done this before?
I got it with a knife.
Oh my God.
All right.
A little slice there for yourself. Jay, I just want a thin piece myself. How many
That's
dinners
enough.
have
We
you had?
can
This-
cut the rest.
Jane, you've never lost a touch. You've never lost a touch. She has first piece to John. Why don't you make her work on this Sunday?
Yeah, she doesn't have to cut the whole cake.
Yeah,
does
it's just
she?
a ceremonial. Okay, we're cutting it out.
Everybody cut what they want.
We're cutting the rest ourselves.
Daddy,
Up there a little bit.
Thanks.
This is for Jane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like Kimberly was.
Picture of us.
Hey, Brian, do me a favor, will you? Trip those two, will you? Just trip them. Yeah, those two.
Right now. So tired. Roger Baker. Hey, Margaret. Margaret, you want a piece of cake? James gonna give it to you, so here's some help. Follow? Come here. Mark. What? Mark's giving you a piece of cake. Hey, Cindy? Cindy? Cindy, come on. Your mom's giving you a piece of cake. Your mom's giving you a piece of cake. Not me.
Why would you spend all this time?
Okay, now let me take a picture of you.
Hey, Linda. Linda, come in.
Can I get a cross? This or not?
Get one from James. Hey, Ned. Get a piece of cake even if you throw it.
I'm not getting that.
Hey, PJ? Ned, get him up here in line. Hey, oh.
I do that every day. And then I go to your house.
Yeah, you're in the, I guess you're in the, no, you're right here. Take the piece of cake.
Get the troops up here. So we can.
Alright, not Mexico. Jeff White.
Look right in front of you, Jen. Okay. It's like Christmas getting a piece of cake and a whole bit.
I love it. I have to eat it and I
See the inside and see.
Let's go, Brian. Brian. Laura, I can always count. Oh, there you go.
You can always count on me for cake.
There you go. You're the only one that's got any class in
I
know. TJ. Well, I'm trying. Hey, Gino. Brian, come on. Let's go. People know her after they know her. Hey, Brian, let's go. We're running out of film.
Did you get that on video?
What you doing? Can I
Could I have I'm not really.
Thanks for
Now, I wish we had. Hey, TJ. TJ. Come on. This way. Yeah. You could have said thank you, Grandma. Okay. I know you're kidding me. Now give Grandpa one, but don't throw it in his face. Yeah, I mean.
Got one.
Wow. Thank you. Everybody get cake.
Are you taping this whole thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to, but you guys are. No.
Give it to you, Mike.
Oh.